does everyone ask how I'm feeling? I got done a huge deal. I got the election. I got ATM. I got plenty on my plate.
After those 4 years, what do you think? What Succession is about that people were so hooked on it?
Oh, I think, people love watching people they don't like, I think then, and also that they are surprised that they find empathy for as well. There's Jesse's a magnificent writer, and he's got a great team behind him as well, who have been able to craft these characters where you both love and hate them, where you are definitely not in favor of any of them, and they are completely immoral, and then all of a sudden you're worried about whether Shiv and Tom will make it. I think there's something that is delicious about seeing people who are in power and who are very wealthy fail at life, and they continuously seem to do that with each other.
And how does character impact your life? Because I can probably predict that people are seeing you differently after this 4 years, seeing you as this character.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's definitely not a character in my wheelhouse that I've played before. I've been lucky enough to play strong characters before, but nothing quite as scheming and as manipulative as Shiv, and as complex and funny as well. She's definitely changed my life in that it's been the most successful character I've played, for sure.
And I have to ask you, because the amount of text that you have to learn and fluently throw sometimes with this word battle, how hard is it actually to learn all of that? Because sometimes it's a tsunami of words.
And also we get them maybe 2 days before we start shooting, so sometimes it's a challenge, but it's also like a muscle. Like the more you work out that muscle, the easier it becomes. And I've found toward the end of the season that the lines would just go in. And also, like, when it's well written, when a script is well written, it's easier to imagine that your character would say this next. And I find that if you don't challenge that too much in your own head as you're learning the lines, it's easier to remember them.
And I remember I was on the set on the first season. We met actually in UK when you were shooting the wedding scene.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And I saw that you guys are sometimes, and very often, actually changing some of the words when you're doing the repeats. It's never, ever the same text when you're repeating it.
No, I think part of that is the freedom to have a freshness, and to make sure that there's a feeling of aliveness. That it's not so much improv as keeping it real, I guess. To making sure that it feels natural and honest. We're not certainly changing any plot or changing the lines too much, but there's also written alternative lines that were given by the writers on the day that we would then be asked to incorporate into the scene. And that's always fun and challenging. And there's, I guess, a willingness to be okay with failure. And because of that, a willingness to try. And, through that, you get some really good stuff.
And my final question is about working with Mr. Cox, because I know that when we were watching the TV series, he's very strict, but I know that he's a wise guy. He likes to crack people up on the set. So I'm curious, how do you do the scenes with him with a straight face, knowing that probably in a moment he will make you laugh only to piss you off?
Well, you come back with the same kind of challenge, I think I myself wasn't as good as that as someone like Kieran or Nick, who was able to make him laugh. I think you give back what you get in a way, in that sort of sense. There's a playfulness and a cheekiness on set that Brian definitely fostered, for sure.
But did you get him even once?
Kieran did. I didn't. Kieran made him laugh.